A question I get asked quite often is, are there any standards that I can follow to implement business continuity in my organisation? Now, if you'd have asked me that question probably 3 years ago, the answer would have been no. If you ask me that question today, there has been a proliferation of standards right across the world. Now, what I want to do really is just compare the two probably most commonly used standards and guidelines, which is the British Standard 25999 and the Australian Handbook, which is HB292. Starting off with the British one, they talk about understanding your business and working out what the key impacts might be if an incident were to occur. So that's your business impact assessment. They talk about developing strategies to protect your business. They talk about developing and implementing a business continuity response. So that's your building blocks, your implementation plans, your documentation, etc. Then they talk about something that's key to the development of the standard, and that's embedding a business continuity culture into your organisation. So it's making sure that you're building a resilient organisation so that people are aware of business continuity plans, risk management, and all of the protective measures that you have in place. And then they exercise an audit. So once again, that's building confidence, competence, training, testing, and making sure that your business continuity reflects the organisation as it is today. That's the British standard. So what are the similarities or the differences with the Australian guideline, which hopefully soon will become a standard? Well, that has 10 steps rather than 6, but essentially they outline similar elements that you need in a business continuity plan. They start with commencement, which is gaining management support for business continuity. They link very heavily with risk management, so it's looking at stopping things from happening in the first place before they need to be responded to. Then they talk about business impact assessments and response strategies, so similar strategic planning that needs to be in place to respond to an unwanted event. Then they talk about the things that I call implementation, so it's getting your resources together, your interdependencies, looking at your supply chain and your stakeholders, then developing business continuity plans, so the documentation part of it. They have a specific section on communications, how do we communicate with people in a crisis. Then they look at things like training and testing and maintenance, which are similar in all the processes that you'll find for business continuity. They have another step that's specific, how do we actuate and deploy our business continuity plans in an emergency. And then we have a stage, of course, which is monitoring and review and audit and making sure that the business continuity plan reflects real life. So they may have different approaches, they may have more steps than others, but the actual guidelines, the standards and the processes that are used in business continuity remain the same. I often get asked, which one should I use? Well, the answer there is choose which one you like, because they all give you, if you follow them properly, really a similar end result.